Good morning, traders. Market just opened. Want to make sure all my sound and everything is good. Yep, looks to be good. All right, looks like we're seeing decent amount of sellers just stepped in after this market pushed higher. Yeah, we just had a open 1 minute bar push higher. Right now it's rejecting it a little bit with aggressive sellers. I normally start trading around 7, like 6:50. I kind of don't trade the morning noise. So I'll see what happens here. Yeah, definitely pull Nasdaq up. Yeah, definitely a little bit on the bear side. Nasdaq. What we're seeing here is the volume profile. Um, Volume profile being lower from the previous hour. This is the 5 o'clock hour. Now it's basically somewhat lower. So we'll see if it breaks out of this high. I'll be more bullish. But for right now, might be a decent short here. Yeah, because ES has still a lot of sellers. ES is more bullish right now than the Nasdaq. So yeah, but like I said, I don't really trade the this part of morning. I usually start a little bit later. Thought I would join a little bit earlier today, just get some people in. Show what I'm looking at in the mornings. Yeah, I put in the little tab on the top left here to track my progress for the day. So far, yeah, didn't make any trades on my 20 accounts. So this will show those updates when I do start trading. Yeah, Nasdaq is pushing a lot higher. Remember, I was saying if it breaks out of this, there's a lot of buyers. So when I was saying it might be a decent short, and again, it's not financial advice. None of this is, but I was saying that if anything, maybe taking a short there, but I didn't be into the value, but I didn't like the delta. It was too strong for a short. And again, market when it just opens, it does all sorts of things. Welcome, welcome everybody. Checking what's on the news today. Looks like we don't have anything crazy going on with the news today. Looks like almost nothing US related for the most part. There's like 8:30 has some bill auction stuff going on. Yeah, nothing. Then there's 7:30 we have the Dallas Fed manufacturing report. Shouldn't affect the market too much, but it looks like we're should be more more organized markets. Maybe not tame, but organized. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of sellers right now on, or sorry, buyers on ES here. Definitely bullish right now. Nasdaq keeps pushing higher. I'm still kind of waiting for this to form before I start making any sorts of trades. I did want to pull up ES here, daily profile for ES. What we're seeing here is it's almost testing the highs of Friday. The highs of Friday, we have basically, it actually just looks like it just tested it, 41.60, 75-ish. So let's see what kind of resistance we'll get there. Nasdaq still has some ways to go there. So we might see a rejection here, but obviously I'm not gonna take a short in this area with the amount of buyers that are here, and the volume profile just still climbing up. This is a pretty nice little V-shaped recovery here. All right, there you go. We're seeing a break on the volume profile. This is what I mean on daily. We just saw break higher, and but yeah, still seeing a lot of buyers. ES is Nasdaq is actually seeing a little bit of sellers right now. With 600 negative delta, even though it's pushing higher. So I'm curious if we might see a little bit of a reversal here. Let's see what shapes out. Obviously, I wouldn't short here against this move, strong move. Nasdaq is breaking the previous day's high, Friday's high. Let's see. Welcome for anybody that just joined. Yeah, looks like we're stalling here a little bit with remember I mentioned Nasdaq has some sellers that stepped in. Looks like it tried to push a little bit higher and then couldn't. So it's finding some resistance here. Light resistance for now. All right, looks like we got a new bar. Pushing a little bit higher. Let's see. Yeah, Nasdaq looks like it's definitely finding some kind of resistance in this area here for now. Definitely stalling. That's one beauty about order flow and seeing the delta. Because if you're kind of looking at these bars right here, if you don't have this number on top, it just looks like it's rallied. And these are like more buyers just accumulating. But right now, you could clearly see that this is sellers here. And then right now, it's slowly pushing down with buyers net. So it's kind of very interesting to see like this number. You could see exactly what's happening on the order. Helps me out a lot to be on the right side. Yep. You go. So push up, saw sellers. Right now it's going down a bit. I am getting closer to the time when I start trading. I am from this view of the market, especially with this move up. I am for the most part. I usually trade mostly ES. I'm still looking for longs now. Bullish right now, so maybe I'll be buying a pullback depending on what order flow does. We'll see what happens here. Short in a little bit. I'll start looking for entries. to push higher for now. I don't like. I was hoping we would see a sell off into like 57 or a little push to a 57, 58 here for me to go long. But let's see what happens. Because one thing I am noticing, we're building a lot of value here on the 6 o'clock hour on the volume profile. And I'm wondering, yeah, if it starts breaking out of this value area, this might actually turn more bullish to me. So, but yeah, obviously if it keeps breaking higher, then my initial picture is long, is to be bullish. And yeah, so I'm curious what's gonna happen around between now and like 7:05. Yes, going back to Nasdaq, we had sellers that stepped in here, pushed this lower, got a little bit more aggressive sellers here, and right now it looks like it's trying to push higher with with negative delta still. So more, even though it's going higher, it's a little bit more on the selling side. But again, like this, you have to take with a grain of salt. Like you have to look at the general picture of the market, and right now it's still going up, and you want to side with what the market's doing, and then utilize the order flow to your advantage as far as going into the right side. In this case, I'd be looking for, like, let's say more aggressive buyers step in and then just go with the flow of the move up so far. And yeah, this is what I mean on ES picture. Like if this value area builds up here on the 6 o'clock hour, and it's gonna basically, this bar is gonna close, or this whole volume profile is gonna close in 5 minutes because I do hourly. So we're gonna have all this value that built up here. So if we're gonna see a break below like 13,105 ish, I might actually start looking into shorting into back. If it, let's say it breaks here and then tests higher, I might look for a fade in, fade lower. So something I'm already kind of planning ahead on what will happen. ES, yeah, ES is still pretty strong right now. Nothing indicating to be short yet. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of sellers on Nasdaq right now. Even though like this bar right here, it was pushing higher, but there's more sellers than buyers, and it just pushed a little bit higher, and then now it's rejecting it. So that's one importance of order flow, because otherwise, if you see a green bar, you're like, oh, this is a little pullback right now, it's just gonna keep going higher. But nope, it turned around. Be right back. All right, let's see what happens here. So This is a little bit interesting. Yeah, NASDAQ looks a little bit weaker as far as price action goes on ES right now compared to ES. And one thing I'm looking at is ES has almost no indication of sellers yet, while NASDAQ is already showing a lot of weakness after it tried to push higher. So I'm curious what will happen with ES if NASDAQ is gonna draw ES lower. All right, there you go. Projecting NASDAQ, yep, is definitely pushing ES lower. Yeah, I am tempted to place a short here around 7 o'clock around this price, because I feel like all of these buyers are gonna be stuck because they were just accumulating from basically 60 to 63. So right now, if this is gonna keep going a little bit lower, all of these buyers are gonna be stuck in a losing trade, and they might start recovering. So I'm kind of keeping an eye out for now. NASDAQ is still pushing lower. Yeah, so right now, see how it's like there's a lot of value on the 6 o'clock hour. This volume profile just started a new bar, new profile, and I'm curious with as it tests these prices again, what will happen? I reject it. Yeah, I think I'll place a short if we see a slight push below 59.75 here. Let's see. I don't like the delta. It looks too strong still, but NASDAQ is just much cleaner price action. We had a rally, then we had a bunch of sellers step in. Now it's all nothing but sellers. I think what scares me about the ES short right now is NASDAQ is pushing too far. That even though this is a little bit bullish still, it might just find support. By the time it's gonna reach here, ES will actually be much higher. It's gonna be making new all-time highs, which I would be stopped out in that case. Let me see. Yeah, there you go. So a little bit more sellers stepping in. I think I'll add one contract short for now. 60s. All right, just shorted one. And yeah, again, when I'm shorting on one contract, I am on all, basically it duplicates those orders on all 20 accounts. So see how like the profit P&L is just even though I'm up like 250, but I'm in reality I'm up significantly more because it's multiplied on 20 accounts. All right, let's see what happens. Yeah, I am gonna my on this trade my stop is like yeah, it's gonna be like 2 ticks here. So I don't like shorting against the volume profile. We're seeing it push higher. The only reason I took a short is because of it's breaking out of this area right here. but it's still like the trend is still higher for the morning. So I don't want to be caught shorting this too much. Like for example, I might like just lock in profits like pretty quick here. I don't think it's gonna push significantly lower, probably into these highs right here for now. Because now Nasdaq is significantly selling off right now, and I feel like it might be short-lived for what the market's been doing. Almost, yeah. Wonder if it was just testing these lows right here, or these previous highs. I was thinking of putting it there, but it felt like it was too short of a move. Yeah, I like this price here, somewhere around here. What happens? We are seeing sellers step in, which is what I like to see when I'm shorting right now. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. A little bit. I didn't think this thing is gonna sell off, like keep selling off. That's why I was trying to take profits early. Yeah, buyers are stepping in a little bit. Those joining, yeah, I am short MES right now on all 20 accounts. I just took a short of 41.60. We're seeing a lot of sellers on Nasdaq pushing it lower. We're seeing some sellers that appeared on ES so far. So I think this might drift a little bit lower. Yeah, this delta right here is not super aggressive. This is almost balanced out. So I do have a limit profit somewhere around here. I don't think this is gonna push. I think Nasdaq is gonna potentially find a little bit of support here on the bottom, and it's gonna push ES higher. That's why I'm thinking of locking in this profit pretty soon. I'm just gonna lock it in here for now. I'm not buying this push on ES. ES is much stronger. This is an example. We just saw this little push here on ES, and Nasdaq, same time frame. We had this push. So to me, I'm not convinced that this is just gonna keep just selling off strongly. I think what we're gonna see is Nasdaq breathe a little bit, maybe potentially push up to like 13.106, and then maybe continue lower. But I think right now ES is showing a lot of strength, and one thing, oil is going up right now. So I think that's why ES is being held. We have oil here. Let me pull it up. Yeah, we have a pretty strong rally on oil right now since kind of around 6 o'clock. And usually, yeah, there's a lot of oil companies in the S&P 500, so it's definitely strengthening S&P 500. I am out right now. Yeah, I took a small profit here for, well, on 20. Well, yeah, per account only about 10 something for all 20 accounts. That was a $200 trade. Yeah, see, this is that was a good call on my part. I wasn't buying this little push. I knew it's gonna push, but I just did not like how it was barely selling off compared to Nasdaq, and all it would take for Nasdaq is to find a little bit of support, and this thing, like let's say if it recovered all the way up here, ES would just be making all-time highs and stopping me out. Welcome for anybody that's joining. Yeah, I am definitely interested in a reshort of ES here, potential like in a 60 61.25 price potentially. But I do want to see Nasdaq at least go higher. If it recovers a little bit, like I said, it's gonna push ES significantly higher. Yeah, oil keeps climbing. A lot of sellers just stepped in on ES. See if they get rejected. Nasdaq cannot find a bid yet. It's almost ever since this morning's rally after it opened, pushed a little bit higher. We saw a lot of sellers step in, and now is it. There's no buyers almost this whole drop. If it changes here, we're seeing a bid on Nasdaq. Yeah, this is what I was calling earlier in the morning. Once we see a bid on NASDAQ, all it has to do is push a little bit higher, and this is going to be making all-time highs or daily highs. That's, yeah, I didn't even reach like these prices, and it's already. But I don't think it's gonna, it might not reach there. I am tempted to maybe erase short here into this value area here from 6 o'clock. I just don't like oil keeps rallying up significantly. We're just pushing higher. That's pushing ES higher as well. Give it a sec. Yeah, that was a good call. Yeah, nice little trade here. Shorted here. Took profit at the lows. I knew it's not gonna keep going higher. Now, or lower, and I was right in that case. Yeah, right now it's interesting. We have Nasdaq pushing higher a little bit, but with slightly negative delta. I mean, this is almost balanced, 34 out of 5,000 contracts. That's but yeah, it's not pushing on strength. That's just something for me to see. And then yeah, it rejected it lower, rejecting it right now. Yeah, looks like yes, yeah, did a little fake out here. Guess it's gonna turn around here. Yep, Nasdaq. I did want it to go a little bit higher, like into this price here. I would definitely start looking for a short on Nasdaq, but didn't get there yet. And ES is turning around now. If it drops, if it goes lower than 57, I think it's gonna confirm for me that this is actually kind of like a rounding top here. We had this like small manipulation higher, but I think the move might be lower, especially if Nasdaq starts breaking these lows and these lows. I think we're gonna see a more of a slight bearish move here. Welcome to new people that just joined. Let me know if you guys have questions as trading and kind of talking about my setups. Answer. I am tempted to potentially go long here with a small stop below here. One thing I don't like about it, if you're looking at ES on the daily profile, what we saw is yeah, we broke from Friday's high here, and we're having this almost like a rejection wick here, and I don't really like seeing that. I'm trying to go long, especially after it broke out of this after this previous high, and it's rejecting it. it could easily just start going lower here and then just stop me out. So I think I need a little bit of a better confirmation. Same with Nasdaq, pushed higher. I feel like Nasdaq trading for. Oh yeah, that was. Yeah, it looks like this. Even worse. Yeah, we just had a push above and now it's rejecting. That's a little bit bearish to me. Yeah, let's see what happens. I definitely don't want to. I could see definitely some reasons to go long here, but I don't like some of the other things that I'm seeing to go long. So I would prefer to go short if it starts breaking out of these lows here, and or I see a lot of sellers step in. I would take that risk, but I think right now it's like a 50-50. It could either go up or it could go down. So nothing is convincing me to take either side of the trade right now. Anything slightly leaning towards a long, like there's delta being built up here, more buyers and sellers, volume profile still up, so slightly leaning the buyers, but I'm not. Yeah, I think if Nasdaq pushes kind of into these levels, I might consider a short 13,112. For those joining, I took a very small short here from 60 to 57. Kind of caught the bottoms here. I didn't expect this to keep going lower, too much lower. So I just took profits. Um, Looking for a trade now, either. Yeah, right now, like I said, it's like 50-50. It could go up or down, and I don't have any conviction on trying to do either or right now. So I'm waiting for a little bit more confirmation. That's trading is usually 80% patience, not more. And the other times you're either in a trade and just also practicing patience on making sure your setup is playing out correctly, not getting out too early. Nasdaq is pushing a little bit higher. Oil is actually doing a little bit of a turnaround here. So we were saying, yeah, a strong push higher, aggressive buyers. And right now it's slowly going down from these highs with a decent amount of sellers, more sellers than buyers here. So keeping an eye out on oil because it does affect what ES does sometimes. So seeing if I have an opportunity for a short, I am looking potentially, like I was mentioning, I want to see what happens on Nasdaq at 13,108 or 13,113, kind of into this cluster of orders right here. There's going to be any rejection there, I might take a short. If, yeah, it looks not even higher. Yeah, it's a boring market. Almost since open, ES just went from like open, almost open from 56 to 64, like 8 points of range so far. Very weak price action so far. That's why kind of figured a little bit with this push down, locked in a small profit, $200 on 20 accounts, but on one per account, it's a very, very small move. Yeah, hopefully it's not gonna be a slow market for the rest of the day. Cause at least till 9, I want to see some action. Nasdaq volume profile here on the daily. Huge wick here on hourly bars. Rejection of after tested the previous day's high on Friday. They just rejected it so far. And basically if you look at Nasdaq, we saw this basically push higher. And after it tested those highs, there was a lot of sellers that stepped in, and it was just almost like no buyers on this whole drop. And then even I would say even right now, like 28.82, 174 is very very weak buyers. This is almost the same as, it's like balanced. It's not favoring almost buyers or sellers. Like for example, 500, 300, 400. That's favoring the seller significantly. But that's the beauty thing about order flow is you're seeing the market push higher and then you start seeing some of this action early, the selling going on, because you just have these candle bars. There's no way you think that there's sellers accumulating at this bar right here at this high, and then this one. You would think that this is more buyers, like kind of balancing out, and just gonna keep going higher, but nope. There was sellers and pushed it lower. Yeah, Nasdaq is showing a lot of weakness still. Try to push higher, almost on no delta. Now it's turning around again with sellers stepping in. I was hoping for this price about this 109-ish to 113. I didn't get it for a short there. Now it's slowly pushing lower. Yeah, one thing I don't like, because I do trade Nasdaq. I think what I don't like about the Nasdaq short at this price is ES is still pretty strong, so I think we might just see a weaker push, and I wouldn't have conviction to actually keep shorting. Like, it's almost would consider it to be a scalp, but yeah, it's hard to. I don't like the price because I think the risk versus reward is not that great. So we just had a close of the initial balance. We have a high, low of 41.54, and basically this is the high of it. And these are the extensions of the initial balance. So curious, yeah, like if we see a push towards this price, 41.69.25-ish, might see some resistance in a market like this, where it seems like could be potentially shaping up to be a range bound market today. It doesn't look, it looks slow today. It might just slowly be like grinding the whole like the whole day, but doesn't look like it's going to be a trendy market. At least the morning action has been really slow on ES. Yep, Nasdaq continues seeing sellers. I feel like the break of this bar right here could have been a pretty nice short entry. I just don't like the risk versus reward, because I mean, maybe I would hold it till like the lows of the open here, but my stop would be pretty high because it started going higher because I like this area right here for a short. So if it would be around here, I wouldn't be taking my loss. So my stop would have probably be all the way up here, which is your profit is like almost less than your reward or than your risk. So kind of don't like that. All right, ES is slowly pushing lower here. With yeah, basically Nasdaq is the only reason ES is falling right now because the ES has been holding up very strongly, and if it breaks this right here, I'm definitely gonna try to short on a pullback. Yeah, I had the right idea for a short here at this price point. It just yeah, I guess I was being a little bit too picky with the price. I wanted like at least 106-ish from basically from this value to this value area to like 118. That's where I would love a short. Yeah, yes, finally picked up some sellers. Almost back, yeah, back at my profit that I took. All right, there you go. It's yeah, breaking out of this with the aggressive sellers now. Nasdaq is pushing the initial balance, just broke it, the lows of the initial balance. So that's yeah, I think right now I'm definitely more bearish on ES. I do want to see a potential retest here for a slightly better price. Maybe like 59. I would probably take a short. Um, uh, Fortunate. Definitely had the right call on Nasdaq. Um, to look for a short, but didn't go to my price, and I didn't like ES being pretty bullish. So you look at Nasdaq daily volume profile, a strong rejection off of the Friday's high. It just poked it in the morning, and all it's been doing so far is selling off. The Nasdaq, yeah, I'm curious if it's gonna find some support at 13,014 here. This is the extension of the initial balance. Usually we do see some support here, but Yeah, yeah, ES also strong sellers here. It's about to test 1449, 4149. I think it's also gonna find support here. They might both come at this extension line at the same time. See what happens. Ideally, these areas I like to take profit on this potential short, but sometimes if this might be like a range bound market, might be a good place to go long too. Yeah, Nasdaq is interesting. It's falling, and then we have buyers, even though it's falling. Kind of similar to how here it was still kind of going up, and we had sellers. Now it's a little bit opposite. It's finding some buyers here as it's testing lower. Let's see projection here. It's already at broke the 100% bib level. Yeah, let's see if Nasdaq makes that push to 1314 here. This extension right here of the initial balance. Yeah, it looks like that's gonna be the Sunday low as well too right here. A little bit of a confluence there. All right, let's see. Right now it's about to hit that. Wow. I think it might actually break it significantly because, yeah, Net ES has a lot of sellers right now. Oh, sorry, did it switch? That's a lot of sellers. 4,100. That's why I just broke through it. Feel like I have FOMO right now on considering a short here and not on Nasdaq and not getting exactly my price price point. Oh, yeah, okay, there you go. We just saw Nasdaq test the slow right here. What I was mentioning, 1314, broke it a little bit, like by a couple few points, and now buyers are stepping in. I'm curious if this area will hold for now. I don't want to take a long here. I think Nasdaq ES has way too much seller buyers. 4,100 is really strong. I think if it starts breaking like 41.51, I might go long. Basically, all of these sellers are going to be trapped. But for now, this looks this all of a sudden became very trendy. Check, sometimes I draw fib levels here too. So 61.8 at 41.45 at the next extension, which is the 100% move of the initial balance. With this price right here, 44.75 is the same as basically this range right here is the same as this range right here. Still finding some support here. Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, if it breaks 51.50 here, I think we might see a nice recovery back into these value area here. But definitely feels like I'm chasing the bottom here. If I do buy it, if it breaks it, I want to see what happens with the delta. For those that joined recently, welcome. I am looking for my 16th consecutive winning day, which is pretty nice. I don't think my previous record was maybe like 12 or 13 consecutive days, so I've been going on a pretty nice little winning streak lately, which has been great. Let's see if I could keep that streak going today. Let's see what ES is doing on the daily 60 minutes. So yeah, what we're seeing here, it looks like we, yeah, also got rejected off of these highs from Friday. Right now it's kind of testing this low of, or sorry, this value area here on the volume profile of Friday. Curious if it's going to find some support here and maybe continue higher. Um, one thing to note, there is a lot of value or volume that was traded at these highs right here from 4161 to 4162. A lot of basically people traded, and the most that's been traded so far today, obviously because you had the market just open. But if it tests around here again, we might see resistance as it's going up. Big boy order just appeared here at 4150. 661 on the Delta print right here. All right, we're seeing that break that I was looking for from basically all of these sellers here, 4100 sellers, aggressive sellers. Basically right now, anywhere you shorted in this price point, you're stuck. You're in a losing trade. So the only reason I'm not going long right now is I think this is a decent entry. The only thing that scares me is the values dropped, so ideally I would be looking for short opportunities right now. But I think, yeah, it breaking it right here is a little bit bullish. Like a little bit torn here. Yeah, Delta's getting eaten up. It was just 1,200 positive Delta, and now it's just dropping. Sellers are taking control here a bit. Yeah, Nasdaq is seeing sellers step in, but so far, yeah, this area that I had listed and mentioned earlier is holding a little bit for now, at least a small bounce. Um, I don't. Yeah, that's a lot of sellers. I don't know how long it's gonna hold for. Hello, Ciao. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so right now, like I was mentioning, I am seeing. I feel like I'm in the same picture as before. I was like torn here for a short, but I didn't like the setup for a short. It was like a 50-50. I'm in the same place right now. Ideally, I'm looking for a short. This market is like basically more leaning towards selling off, but I don't like the price at all. Like I don't have a setup for a short. Like for example, if it goes up to like about this value area from here to here, I'll definitely be shorting most likely, either on ES or Nasdaq. Um, but it's far right now from kind of like I was considering shorting at basically between 13,106 to 13,18, 118, but it never reached there. I only have one short right now from 60 to about 57 here, small short. I didn't expect it to keep going lower, so locked it in. Was considering a reshort, and I didn't. And, so far, that's the only profits that I have for the day. Hopefully, my mic and everything sounds good. If you guys could let me know, I just got it yesterday. Actually, I had a different mic now. Picked up this one, so hopefully it's more clear. I am still waiting for a stand. So right now it's kind of tilted again, like not the best setup for it, but I think by tomorrow I should have it set up a little bit better. Yeah, so far this zone that I had, this area right here, so far it held. I was saying that once when I was dropping here, I was saying yeah, I might find support here at 13,014. It looks like yeah, I broke it by a few points, but for Nasdaq that not much of a break, and now it's going up, or at least not falling. Yeah, considering a potential short here, I just don't like the market's moving. So besides this move, it was basically like not moving at all. And I feel like even if I short here, um my stop would be pretty tight up here probably. And I think, yeah, I don't think I would hold it past 44.75. So I don't know if that's not much of a reward here. Yeah, oil is pulling back for how I mentioned after these sellers appeared. Right now it's pushing lower and in a result of that I think ES is also pushing lower. I might do a short on ES here. A little bit too late. Yeah, yeah, it's too late because ES is falling to this area right here, which I think will find some support. 45, 45-ish basically. We have the 61.8 of this whole move up and the 100% extension of the opening rate initial balance. So I don't like this is what I was saying about shorting here. Your profit here is very small. I don't see this thing just like keep selling off aggressively. I could be wrong obviously, but I don't it doesn't look like it's setting up to be a crazy trendy down day. Yeah, it's if Nasdaq is coming back to that price that I was saying, I would be interested in a short. But like I said, that's why I always look at both Nasdaq and ES because you could potentially get caught on looking at one of the markets and not realizing that Nasdaq ES is doing something that, like, let's say either testing a low or something, and then you could potentially get in on a Nasdaq trade that you probably should have not because of ES, and that it helps me a lot looking at both markets. NASDAQ is pushing a little bit higher. This level right here, see how it's like it just tested it again. Found support. Pretty strong level. What else besides this low right here and that? Yep. NASDAQ definitely found support at this level here. Yes, yeah, definitely broke this support. On I think this much sellers here, 4100 is a lot, and it just broke through it. Let's see if this area will hold right here. 45-ish, roughly. NASDAQ testing this level again here. to 46. Finding some support. I almost reached this area right here that I was looking at. 44.75 to 45.25. Yeah, I do feel like it's finding some support here, both on NASDAQ and ES. Like this line here, the initial balance extension is definitely holding on NASDAQ. Every time it broke it here a little bit, retested it, bounced, retested it, bounced, retested it, bounced. So it's finding some support here. Curious what I am almost like looking for a potential long against the trend right now. I just need to see. I was hoping to potentially go long here at 45. We have the 61.8 fib level and then the extension, the 100% of the initial balance. So almost reached my price here, price target, but didn't. So I might just get a worse price as it's gonna be going up. Welcome for people that just joined. Yeah, I think if NASDAQ starts taking out 1337 price, I think we might go and retest 13 like 13,081 ish, somewhere around here. Maybe a nice little rally here from one value area to the next. I feel like ES will test this area right here. All right, NASDAQ is testing this level again. Yeah, what's interesting on NASDAQ, we have almost like it's testing the lows of this value volume profile for the daily. That's a crazy rejection here we had this morning. And what was interesting, if you look back at NASDAQ, what we see here is like this push right here when it broke the previous Friday's high. There's a lot of sellers that stepped in. I was considering doing a short here, but I just didn't like going against this move. And then it just started selling off after. And complete rejection. That was literally this price right here. You had a lot of sellers at the very peak. Very interesting. All right, we're at 41, 45, 75. See, I usually don't like to buy it. Like I don't have a limit here right now. I want to see what happens on the push. Because worst case, I could buy like 47 if anything. If I like the rejection, I don't want to buy here, and it's just gonna push lower. On the initial test, I want to see some support here before I buy. Especially since normally I shouldn't even be looking for a long here, because the market is drifting on the previous last couple hours. It's lower. Its volume is dropping, so you don't even want to be going long here. But I would consider it if I see something on the order flow print here. All right, here we go. It's just at this level that I was calling earlier. But strong sellers, a lot of sellers. This is yeah, 2400. That's a lot. I think it's gonna break it. I wouldn't be surprised if this area holds with this much buyers or this much sellers. So let's see if my line will hold. This much sellers, I don't think so, but we'll see. Keeps sellers keep adding to this. All right, there you go. Some rejection. Wonder if NASDAQ is gonna get to this level right here. Some support here. It just, yeah, I feel like there's no way I'm gonna be a buyer against 3300 negative delta. I would rather get a worse price than try to go long here. Get a worse price on a more of a confirmation than going long. All right, there you go. Yeah, definitely had this area outlined correctly. Even with so much selling into this area, it's still held. Wow, I'm actually surprised. I didn't think it's gonna hold with that much selling. I am tempted to go long actually if it breaks out at 41.48 here. Yeah, maybe on a little pullback. Yeah, definitely going against the trend, but I think it might. Heck. Yeah, this area right here definitely held so far. I'm pretty surprised. But yeah, a lot of buyers just stepped in to absorb all of this selling. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put a limit here for now with a small stop for just one contract. About a couple ticks lower here. See if I get filled. Yeah, buyers are stepping in. Yeah, one reason why I'm considering going long here is we had almost 3,600 more sellers than buyers on this bar. By the time this bar closed, it's only negative 21, and right now it's breaking out. So all of these sellers that were selling here short, they're all stuck here in a short position, and like in a losing position. So right now they're either gonna be potentially closing their position, or if it goes lower, they're gonna try to get out for break even, which incentivizes more buying. So that's why I'm looking to go long at least one contract here, and I want to see. The only reason I am very kind of cautiously going long here is the move, the trend is still down, and it just, yeah, it could just do this little test here, and then sellers just take over and keep pushing this lower. But I did just get filled here with 20 accounts. Yeah, with 20 accounts, it's like you get filled on one of my accounts, and it duplicates that trade on all 20, so I don't have to manually click on all of those accounts. I just execute on one, and it just does everything. Awesome. Yeah, I don't like the sellers are absorbing some of this buying that just happened. There's about 700 positive delta. Right now it's only 100, which is basically break balanced out. Nasdaq is showing a little bit of strength here, but it did kind of break this area that I had initially. So yeah, a little bit on the weaker side. Yeah. Yeah, don't really like the setup right now. Yeah, sellers just took over. Nasdaq also, sellers took over for now. I am kind of still thinking it might not break this low for the near term, but I am considering maybe just taking a small loss on this trade. Because yeah, again, I am going against the day move. The trend is clearly down right now. I try usually never to buy at these areas. If anything, I like to use these areas for profit taking, but I wasn't in a short. I missed this move, so I mean I did short at the highs here, but then I don't think it's gonna go much lower from this initial short, and then it basically rallied back up, and then it seller stepped in again. Yeah. Um, it out, basically break even here. But I could see this potentially This is just all of these sellers here. They might be just covering and pushing this a little bit higher. I'll be right back. I'm gonna. Back. Yeah, should have locked in my break even there. I might get stopped here. Okay, there goes a little bit of buyers that stepped in. Still very aggressively. Sellers. Yeah, only reason I'm holding one contract right now is because I'm going against this kind of trend down, and this could easily push lower, and I don't want to be caught with more contracts. Yeah, this is actually not looking good. I don't like this. The only thing, yeah, the only reason I'm holding is because my stop is not that much further, only a few more points. Anything it might reject these sellers here, but right now it doesn't look pretty. It looks pretty bearish. Nasdaq also looks kind of bad. More sellers stepping in. ES volume profile on the daily. It's, yeah, completely rejected the Friday's high after it tested it. Yeah, huge candle down. Yeah, definitely doesn't look promising for a long here. Ticks away from being stopped out. But let's see if this area will find some support that I have here. The red line and 61.8. If we find some support, I think we'll push higher, maybe to like 57-ish. I want to see a break above 49.50. Great. I think I'll add some contracts there. Nasdaq looks like there's a lot of sellers, but then yeah, right now buyers just stepped in. I want to see a break above this real quick. Gonna be nice for my long ES. All right, there you go. Want to see some rejection buyers. All right, Nasdaq broke out of this area right here for now. Want to see it? Yeah, test this level right here next. 1332. Healy. Let's look at the weekly volume profile. Let's see. So we have the market. Looks like tested slow value node here, and then and nothing crazy here. Curious if it's gonna find some support here. Doesn't look like an area for much support. And let me look at the monthly. Yeah, I broke the trend line a few days ago, like yeah, a week ago or something, and then yeah, still pretty bullish on the monthly. So, but this is just for me a bigger picture on like what the market is doing. It doesn't. I actually don't really use this too much on for my day trading. Yeah, I feel like if we break 41.49, I think we might see a nice little push higher. I think all of these sellers that we're selling here are going to be trapped, but they also could easily hold it right now and push lower. But I think it's fine for me to hold one for now. Yeah, my area that I was saying as I was falling here, it's definitely held so far. The 61.8 and the 100% extension here, almost to the tick, fell here. Looks like it just tested it again, found some support. I don't like these sellers though. Like it's really making me want to get out of this trade for a small loss. I'm like leaning too much on this area, and the thing is, yeah, you have to consider the trend is down. So it's like I'm not a yeah. Usually I don't like taking these types of trades. I just kind of banking on that this day. It's not really a trendy day. I think it's gonna be potentially a balanced day. So I'm thinking that's usually where you fade the lows and fade the highs. Basically, kind of my logic here. Even though there's a lot of sellers here for now, I feel like they're sellers, but they're not really doing anything. They're not pushing it lower. They're getting all absorbed by buyers on the limit that are sitting, absorbing them on the limit. Yeah, oil is also pushing up right now, so that kind of strengthens the ES a little bit with all the oil companies there. Yeah. Looks like I'm probably gonna get stopped here. Yeah, buyers or sellers just stepped in aggressively. Let's see if this holds for the third time. So far, there is definitely people are watching this area, that's for sure. I just don't know if it's gonna be enough. Uh, yeah, kind of a boring day for me. This is like the only move that happened today, which I didn't really catch. And now it's been like sideways basically from 6:30 till 7:30, and then right 7:40 till now. Almost like 2 hours of just like no action. Yeah, sellers are definitely in control right now. The only reason I'm holding is yeah, I'm hoping for this area to still hold and not break. Probably just one more tick lower. Be safe. In case it does like a fake out here. Manipulation. Got stopped. Probably at the bottom, like always. Yeah. Yeah. Now in retrospective, I'm like, almost like I usually never take those type of trades. Like we have a market that's trending down, the value is dropping. I don't really kind of put too much faith on this area right here that I thought it might hold, but I think yeah, it's not the best trade. That's why I only had one contract there because I I did not like that setup as much. Yeah, I'm curious when Nasdaq get if it gets here 12,974. I think we might see some action there. All right, let's see Nasdaq as it's pushing towards this 100% extension line of the opening rate initial balance. Yeah, usually I stop trading at 9 p.m. 9 a.m. Pacific time. So I think I have like about 15 more minutes. I don't. Let's see this area. Find some resistance here or support. I feel like yeah, if the market's been somewhat slowish, I mean Nasdaq has been nice. I feel like I should have been more emphasized on trading Nasdaq. It's been a really like a lot of price action here. ES has been kind of on the weaker side, slower. Yeah, I'm interested potentially in just taking a long here on NASDAQ. If it reaches here. But I'll see. Like I don't think I would just buy a limit here. I would just wait for a pullback and then go long when I see some rejection off of those levels. Broke the 100%. Yeah, I tested it here and then broke it. I just kind of get a sense of what the price action's doing. Yeah, definitely a lot more sellers in control right now. This is this number right here, these two numbers. This is if you're it's called like stacking and pulling, and those are the currently right now there's a lot more. If you look there's these orders right here. It's like 12 contracts, 11. It's like orders that I just added to the ask, basically limit orders to sell, and then that number right here is combines all of these numbers right here. So it's 650 sellers that just recently added short positions, and then only 2418, basically almost no new buyers that added. Basically, if I add a limit order right here, I'm gonna this thing would go up by one. That's how it works. And so right now it's a lot more people are adding um, short positions on the dome than long. So I want to see this switch a little bit if I'm trying to take a long. Yeah, no, this is actually turning to be pretty bearish. This is what we're seeing for today on the daily volume profile. Push breakout out of Friday's high, crazy rejection, and right now it's just there's no support here, at least not yet. Um, makes me think trying to fade this market and going long is pretty stupid. ES doesn't look as bad. Kind of testing these lows and finding at least a little bit of support already. But Nasdaq looks bad. Area held. Reached it. Few ticks away. Here we go. Ding. Definitely trying to catch a falling knife here if I go long here, which I don't think I'll do for the initial test. I do like that Nasdaq is testing lower. ES is still holding, so that I think it might support Nasdaq here on this test of this initial balance extension line. Not much sellers too. But yeah, I need to see some kind of reversal instead of just buying here blindly. Slowly breaking it. Yeah. Thing does not want to grow right now. Yeesh. Oh. Sellers appeared on ES as well. Yeah, this is balancing out a little bit. See how the buyers are picking up? It's almost 50-50, where before when it was like about here, there was a lot more sellers. Yeah, like see that? Right now they're adding, you have a lot of people adding limit orders to the buy side here. Doesn't mean it's gonna go up, but it just gives you a hint of what the buyers are actually doing like this very moment. See, like right now it's like sellers a little bit in control. I'm very tempted to just do a small scalp here. I think I want to take this trade. Friend. Need a little bit of a support here. Very little. Yes, has a lot of sellers, but it's not really going anywhere yet. My buyers are slowly picking up here. Let's see a little bit more than that. Go. Yeah, I want to see ES break out of this 4450 here for it to start going higher. But it is almost 9 o'clock. I might just lock in this trade for like a very small profit here. I don't like almost make like slight break even for the day, and or a small profit for the day, and just call it good. Otherwise, I don't like trading after 9. It's especially on a slow day like today. It's probably, I don't expect there's gonna be crazy. I mean, I'm not saying it's slow day. It's slow-ish, like especially on ES. Been kind of slow, so I don't think it's gonna pick up necessarily. I don't have 2 stop outs today in a row, and before I'm done. Like seeing some buyers stepping in here. Let's push a little bit higher and I'll call it good. Not expecting. Oh yeah, looks like I realized one of my accounts does not have this trade, that account listed, so it didn't actually duplicate that trade there. You look at this account right here, 15. So it's all of them are in this trade. This one is still down 15 because it didn't take that trade. To add it, do it after this trade. I just got filled. First, yeah, small profit, about like $16 or something. Yeah, basically, yeah, pretty bad day for me today. Didn't really make anything. $6 for all 20 accounts, but definitely a pretty interesting day for me. I kind of messed up, I think, on this trade right here in retrospective. I should have probably not went long there, but at least I guess I got it back from the MNQ trade that I just took. Yeah, that's why these levels I really enjoy trading off of them. We had a test here, even in a downtrend, have a decent push. Tested it here again. Buyer stepped in, decent push. But ideally, that's the area you wanna lock in profits, not go short, not go long there, not try to fade this market. Yeah, let me see. I might consider going long here on ES. I want to see this rejection again. Yeah, that was a good long here on MNQ at the bottom when I saw buyers to get out a little bit early because I am thinking of being done for the day. It's 9 o'clock. It might chop around here. I'm debating if I want to risk this long here. Just put a short, put my stop somewhere like below here. Um, yeah, I think what's scary about NQ is look at this crazy sell off from after it rejected and it just tested the lows. Looks like it's finding some support right now on both ES and MQ. Yeah, we have 1,000 contracts on the buy side here. I think I might go long here in a little bit if it pulls back a little bit. 44 maybe. I think we'll get it. Yeah, Nasdaq is definitely pushing off of these levels. Yeah, I'm like thinking, should I take the? I feel like this is going against my strategy to go long here. Just because there's buyers stepped in here, I just don't think we'll see this move significantly higher. I think if anything, it's probably just gonna go to 49.75 and find resistance here and sell off a little bit more. Yeah, buyers. Yeah, I got out way too early. I was just kind of set. The 9 o'clock kind of threw me off. I was like, oh, I don't want to trade too much in the 9 o'clock, but right now it's looking a little bit nice for a long. Yeah, I feel like this is way too slow. Like the last 6 minutes, it went like 3 ticks. Even though there's buyers, I just feel like this market is just gonna be fun to trade right now. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call it. Basically break even for the day. Fortunately, it didn't copy that on my one of my accounts, the Nasdaq trade that I just took. But yeah, if you thanks for watching, and if you guys enjoy this type of content, I'm gonna create more. I'm still pretty new at YouTube, so bear with me. But if you like this type of content, feel free to subscribe. I try to make videos like this and more educational ones on my setup. I've been trading for over 7 years now, and been profitable for I think 3 years, 3 or 4 years now. So now I have more time to actually make these types of videos versus before I couldn't. So subscribe, like this video, helps me out, and wish you guys success on today. Hope you guys make some money. Take care.